COLREGs, they're not just for big ships. Every vessel and its stakeholders have responsibilities. That's what we'll discuss today. Welcome back to Shipmate Sessions. Rule 2 talks about the responsibility of vessels, their owners, masters, and crew to ensure safety. It's applicable to every vessel, no matter the size or type. Rule 2 is divided into 2 paragraphs. Paragraph A, which deals with general responsibility, and Paragraph B, which covers special circumstances. Let's begin with Paragraph A of Rule 2, which reads, "Nothing in these rules shall exonerate any vessel, the owner, master, or crew from the consequences of neglecting the rules or failing to take precautions required by good seamanship or by special circumstances." What does that mean? Let's break it down. At sea, many stakeholders come together, each with a role to play. We have the owner who buys and operates the vessel, the master who commands the ship, the crew who run the vessel under the master's command, and finally the vessel itself. All these parties share responsibility for safety. And now an important question. Can anyone be exempt from this responsibility? The answer is no. The rule states that nothing in these rules shall exonerate any vessel, the owner, master, or crew. Even if a vessel strictly follows all the collision regulations, it does not relieve them of the responsibility to exercise good seamanship. For example, if a ship sails in heavy fog, it must reduce speed to the fog bank, sounding the fog signal. Following this rule will prevent a collision. But if there's another ship nearby, it's also the duty of the ship in the fog bank to ascertain whether that vessel can be avoided. Failing to do so would be a breach of Rule 2. But how does one define good seamanship? Well, it refers to proper care, skill, and attention that a person must use while performing their duties at sea. Good seamanship applies to everything from checking the vessel's equipment to navigating through tricky situations. Now let's move on to the second part of Rule 2, Paragraph B, which deals with special circumstances. Paragraph B states, "In determining liability for collision or in investigations following damage to ships or to the marine environment, the circumstances of each case, including those connected with the formation of the rules, shall be taken into account. In certain situations, complying with the rules could lead to a greater risk of collision. So in such cases, you may have to depart from the rules to avoid immediate danger. Examples include when two ships are so close that the normal give-way rules cannot be followed, a vessel constrained by its draft in a channel, convoys, warships, submarines, or ships in ice, or when vessels are engaged in fishing. However, it's crucial to understand that this departure should only be for a valid reason, such as avoiding immediate danger. For instance, if the visibility is poor, a ship cannot just sail at reduced speeds based on the assumption that it's better to be safe than sorry. Such actions could disrupt traffic and increase the risk of collision. Hence, it's essential to assess each situation individually and make decisions based on the specific circumstances. Now let's look at some of the special circumstances mentioned in the rule. Firstly, we have seaworthiness. For a ship to be seaworthy, it must be structurally sound and fit for its intended voyage. This includes having a competent crew, adequate fuel and provisions, working equipment, and properly stowed cargo. Secondly, we have the master's duty, who has overall responsibility for navigation and safe operation of the ship. Despite pressures from owners or charterers, the master must prioritize safety over speed or deadlines. They must ensure compliance with COLREGs and exercise good seamanship at all times. Finally, we have the crew's role, who are responsible for the day-to-day operations of the vessel. Their competence and communication skills directly affect safety. Therefore, the crew must be well-trained and proficient in their tasks. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to support the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and see you in the next video.